Welcome to the Superfood and Eco-Cater's Kitchen, Alexa. This is the third course of our meal. We've already done a beautiful carrot soup. Then we did a Moroccan chicken with peas and carrots. And so we're gonna close out the meal with a healthy version of carrot cake. One of my absolute joys is to watch the kids in the kitchen, you know, and I know that you came through the Veggie Time program. Was the food and the kids together part of why you got involved with Kid Power?
Yeah, so I joined Food Corps, and Food Corps placed me with Kid Power, and I did Veggie Time with the kids twice a week after school, and I ended up staying every day after school with Kid Power just because it was so much fun.
Super straightforward recipe. We're literally gonna grind up some dates, some walnuts, some coconut. We got some great spices in there like nutmeg, cinnamon, a little bit of sugar. We're using a Robot, which is a commercial size, but you can do this in a standard Cuisinart at home. So I'm gonna start there. You can go ahead and add in these ingredients. I'm just gonna pulse it a little bit. So what I wanna do is get it all the same consistency, and it'll end up kind of looking like a little bit like wet sand. Okay, now let's add in our carrots. You can use this spatula if you like. And then we'll give it, and then you can pulse it up a couple more times. Oh, and you know what? Let's give it a squeeze of lemon juice as well. What was a light bulb moment for you when you were working with the kids in the kitchen, you know? What was one of the things that you kind of took away?
It's funny to think of like the different foods that we as adults and just people in general have been introduced to before that they haven't. So part of Food Corps and Veggie Time is gardening with the kids. And even kids that like weren't really inclined to taste certain things, if they grew it in the garden, they would like totally be down to taste it because they grew it. That was like one of my favorite parts. It's cool to see that you can like use food in every lesson as well. So like division, we used apples and we would just cut apples. We somehow incorporated food in every subject, which was really fun.
So we're gonna take all of this goodness, we're gonna shove it into here. So what we wanna do is just get all this and pack it right on in there. And yeah, just get it nice and even, get it smashed down there. You're hired. So we're gonna throw this in the freezer and we'll grab that in a minute. What we're gonna do in the meantime is make this cashew cream. This stuff is ridiculously good. Let me talk through the ingredients we're putting in here. Those were raw cashews that were soaked. So we soaked them. This is more water, lemon juice. Agave is the only sweetener that we're adding to this whole thing. Vanilla extract. And then the last thing we're adding in is coconut oil. Beautiful. Now, we're just gonna puree. And then I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. And then as it comes together, then I'll really let it go. So you ready to try this cake?
Yeah.
So it doesn't take terribly long in the freezer, because then we can just pop it right on out of there. Look how easy that is, right? So we're just gonna glaze that with this delicious cashew goodness. So I'm a little sloppy with this stuff because I know that I get to eat whatever mess I make. So there we go. A little messy, but we don't care because it's gonna be so delicious.
It's really good.
So it's not too sweet, right? But it is sweet enough for kids. I'm so glad you liked it. I really think that the kids will get a kick out of it and enjoy having carrots for dessert for a change. I just want to say thanks. I know that you found Kid Power through Food Corps and you fell in love with it and you came back and now you're on the advisory board. And so thank you for, you know, all the work you've done with the kids and getting the message out into the community that Kid Power really represents. Because I really feel like you tell the story well. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So once again, we made raw carrot cake with a cashew cream.